Welcome to our Monday, the 11th of December Express Flow class. And we're going to start with an oil. So grab an oil. And this week my classes are about letting go of fears that we may hold. So maybe you want to grab an oil connected to that. And I'm using Copaiba, the oil of unveiling. So just take a moment, grab your oil, just a little moment of self-care. Bring your hands to your face. Close your eyes, relax the jaw, take a couple of breaths. Let's bring our hands on to our heart, one hand on top of the other, close our eyes. Let's just take a moment just to breathe in anything that maybe we're afraid of. Maybe it's the unknown, maybe it's a fear of money, maybe it's a fear of being alone, maybe it's a fear of dying. Just take a moment to just breathe in anything that right now you feel afraid of. This very human emotion of fear. Just breathe that in. And open the mouth and let it go. And again, inhaling through the nose. And let it out through the mouth. And again, inhaling through the nose. And exhale, let it go through the mouth. Just connecting to your heart. Just connecting to anything that you're afraid of and just letting it go. Often the perception of fear is much worse than the actual fear. Let it go, let out a sigh. And then bringing your hands down with your palms facing up and your thumbs just connected in to your index fingers connected into the thumb now. Roll the shoulders back and down. We're just going to take 2 side breaths where we allow the mouth to open and just firm the jaw. Okay, so we hold a lot of tension in the jaw. So just move the jaw and just burn it. Let it go as you exhale. Okay, so inhale. Mouth drops open and just release the jaw. And again, inhale. Exhale, open the mouth, release the jaw. Morning Cora. Maybe you want to let out a little yawn. Let it go, create space. One more. Good to yawn, it releases the nervous system. And then we're going to make our way onto the mat. Come to all fours. Taking the knees wide as the mat. And start to just move into the hips. Just finding some circles, some cat-cows. Just softening the gaze. Letting go of fear. Surrendering. Inviting in the space, living in the present moment, just moving into your body. Noticing any areas that may feel a little bit tight today and just moving into them. Maybe moving your bum all the way back to your heels. Maybe curling through the spine, just moving intuitively, noticing. One more. And then come back to all fours. Draw your knees, so your knees are in alignment to your hips. Tuck your toes, fingers wide, hugging the upper arm bones in. Draw the shoulders gently back. Option to work with cat-cow as always. or option to join me in downward facing dog. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, press into the hands, and let's just pedal into the feet, right side and left. Opening up into the ankles, into the calves, moving from side to side. And maybe you want to move the torso a little bit from side to side. Exhaling through the mouth. And then coming onto your tiptoes, bending your knees so your thighs go towards your ribs, just pressing into the arms. Maybe you want to come a little bit lower, see how this feels, and then straightening the legs. So you can either stay with this little movement here, or you can start to float forward into like a little soft plank with me, okay? So see how you feel, or stay with cat-cow. So if you're taking the soft plank, we're coming forward, so shoulders are stacking over wrists, and then we're floating back. So it's just this little flow when we're coming forward, checking in with the shoulders, knowing that the easy options are always available. Beautiful, one more. Dropping down to your knees and releasing back into child's pose with the arms by the side of the body, with the knees in alignment to the hips. Just take a breath. On your next inhale, coming up to all fours. Checking how your knees are. If you need some support, placing a towel under your knees. Extending the right leg, looking forward. Inhale. And then exhale, drawing the thigh in towards the belly. And one more time. Inhale, look forward to the short edge of your mat. Exhale, bringing your foot, placing your foot, maybe you have to bring it there, in between your hands. And then bringing your hands up onto the fleshy part of your leg above the knee, so not on the knee joint. And just find some little circles here, just checking in with the knee, always just seeing how you are. Especially as we're in our 40s and beyond, it's really important to see how we are. They have different little aches and pains, so just honoring those. All normal. And then drawing your foot, your knee in alignment to the ankle. Take your hands up to the sky. Inhale, bring the hands up. Take a breath here. Stretch the fingers up to the sky. Lift up out of the hips. And then exhale, bringing the left hand down to the floor. And the right arm lifts either out to the right side or up to the sky. Option to tap the back toe and lift the back knee for a little bit more strength. Take a breath. Drop that back knee down. Bring the right hand on the outside edge of the foot. Come back to all fours. Find some little circles here. Press back into child's pose just for a breath. Find that space. Releasing fear, inviting in space. And then extend the left leg. Inhale. Look to the short edge of the mat. Exhale, draw thigh into belly. Curl the spine. Press into hands. Inhale, extend away. Lengthen. Exhale, plant that foot or bring that foot in between your hands. Check in with the back knee. Bring your hands up onto the fleshy part of your leg and find some little circles here, just opening up the back thigh. And these lunges can be strong for the knee, so just listen. If anybody feels any pain, always take an easy option or come back to cat-cow. Just opening up into the hip joint, knee in alignment to ankle, press down into the foot, raise your hands up towards the sky. Inhale. Connecting up to the heavens, stretching up into your fingers. Take a big breath in. And exhale. Bring your right hand down to the floor. The left hand is going to stretch either out to the left or up to the sky, depending on your shoulder. Tuck the back toe, lift the back knee, and find a little twisty pose towards the left or the sky. Take a breath. And then bringing your left hand down, bringing the back knee down, stepping back to all fours. Take a couple of little rocks from side to side, press into the hands, tuck your toes, lift your hips, find downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Breathing in gratitude. Exhaling fear. And then step your feet to the front of your mat. Keep the knees a little bit soft. Take your hands onto your shoulders. And then just have a little swing. Just nod your head forward as you move, saying yes to life. And then just shake your arms, shake your head, let your shoulders go. And then calming up with a little kind of shaking action. And then releasing up. And we're just going to have a little shake. So if you are feeling fearful, you know, there's a lot of fear consciousness around us. Just get up, have a little shake out, have a little sing, just let it go. Coming back into the present. And let's step to the front of our mat. Let's come into our sun salutation, inviting the light in, letting go of darkness. Inhale, taking your hands up to the sky, pressing the palms. Exhale, soften the knees, bring your hands down to the floor. Bend the knees to get there if you need. Hands on shins or thighs, flatten the back, straighten the legs. Inhale. Exhale, both hands come down, step back into either plank or all fours. Take a moment. Drop your knees, drop your torso all the way down. Come into Sphinx with the forearms down, elbows underneath the shoulders. Press into legs and release up. Checking in with your sacrum today. How's it feeling? Going easy, Cora, because I know you had a little bit of tenderness last week. And then release down again. And then either coming up in the same way or bringing your hands back underneath your shoulders. And then just lift up a little bit more. So your cobra can be a very small little cobra, as I'm doing now, or you can press up more. Keep drawing the shoulders away from the ears, finding that space and checking in with the low back. Press down and come back into child's pose. With the knees a little bit wider and with the hands extended forward. Again, just checking in. How does your body feel this morning? Connecting back to that intention. Inhale, curling up to all fours, knees under hips, tuck toes. Press into hands, fingers facing forward, hug the upper arm bones, downward facing dog. Take a big, deep inhale here. And sigh it out through the mouth. When we hold tension in the mouth and the jaw, we create contraction in the body. So always trying to release into the jaw. Stepping your feet to the front of the mat. Slide your hands up to shins, thighs. Look to the short edge of your mat. Straighten the legs, feeling to the hamstrings. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, root to rise. Bring your hands up over your head. Press the palms. And then bring your hands down to your heart. And again, sun salutation. Inviting in the light, the warmth. Inhale. Exhale, folding forward, softening the knees, bringing your hands down to the mat. Inhale, flatten the back, straighten the legs. Exhale, hands come down, step back to all fours or to plank pose. Drop the knees, drop the torso, float down. Choose your option, Sphinx or Cobra. Inhale, opening your heart. Exhale, folding down, pressing back to all fours, cat-cow or tuck toes. Lift hips, downward facing dog, getting a little bit of warmth in the body. Take an inhale here. Exhale. The bottom of your exhale, step your feet to the front of your mat. Inhale, hands on shins or thighs, look forward. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, root to rise, coming all the way up. Bringing your hands to your heart. Taking your hands up to the sky, pressing the palms. Stretch over to the right side. Come back to the center. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, over to the left. Coming back to the center, bringing your hands down to your heart. Bringing your feet, so your feet are hip distance, and we're going to come down so we sit in our fish chair. And your chair may be a little chair, or maybe it's a little bit deeper. Take your hands up in front of you. So just bring your hands to here and just take a couple of little pulses here. Just hollow in the belly, bringing your awareness to your pelvic floor. Bringing some strength into the legs, loading the bones. Take an extra breath. Inhale. Exhale, slowly fold forward. Inhale, flatten the back, straighten the legs. Exhale, coming back to all fours or coming back to plank pose. Take a moment, drop your knees, drop your torso, floating all the way down. Inhale, Cobra, Sphinx, Up Dog, whatever feels sweet for your back. Exhale, pressing into the ground, releasing back, knees wide, hands extended forward. Take a little breath in child's pose. Living in the present, breathing in the space, being in the here and now. Inhale, curling up through the spine, feeling a little bit warmer, getting that blood flow going. Tuck your toes, lift your hips up to the sky. Knowing that you can do this from all fours if you need. Bring your left foot across to the middle of the mat. Take your right leg up to the sky, but keep the hip bones parallel. So try and level out the right hip bone and the left. Take a little circle of the right foot. Keep, if you can, looking towards that left shin. So you're not looking towards me, you're just hearing me. Point into the right toe, inhale. Exhale, plant the foot in between your hands and pivot the back foot. So heel to arch alignment, back toes are slightly in. And then our hips are not completely to the short edge of the mat and they're not here. They're kind of here in between. Yeah, we're in warrior one. So inhale, take your hands up to the sky. And we're going to bring the hands like the hands are swords, like this, okay? And we're letting go of fear today. So we're bringing our swords up to the sky, inhale. And then as we come down, we're taking our swords and we're cutting away at the fear. Okay, so inhale, calling in something that you're fearful of. Maybe it's money worries, maybe it's Christmas. Inhale, stretch up. And as you exhale, slicing it away with your swords. And again, inhale. And then letting that go. Slicing it away with your swords. Inhale again. Drawing it in for the last time, whatever it is. Maybe it's your health, a little niggle, and just letting it go. Creating space to be right here, right now. Inhale, taking your hands up to the sky. Bring your hands down to your heart and just take a moment to breathe into the present. And then release your hands behind you. So options here, if you're nursing shoulder issues, just bring the hands out as I am now. If it feels nice, bind the hands, roll the shoulders down and open the heart and float forward so the legs don't move. So the right leg is bent, the left leg is straight, the legs are your tree roots, they're solid, and it's just the back that moves. And we're just coming forward. It may just be a little way, or maybe it feels nice for you to press into the feet and come forward. So when our roots are stable, we feel strong, we feel in our power, we let go of fear. And when they're not, we have to sometimes work a little bit harder. And one more, beautiful. Inhale, sweep your hands up to the sky. Exhale, frame the front foot. Step back to plank. Lift hips up and back, downward facing dog. Bring the right foot across to the middle of the mat. Take the left leg up to the sky. Hip bones are parallel. So try and bring that left hip so it meets. And find some little circles. Press into the hands. Hug the upper arm bones in. Point that left toe. And then draw that foot in between your hands. And then the back foot comes down, toes slightly forward, heel to arch alignment, and sweep your hands up. Okay, so your hips don't have to be completely parallel to the short edge of the mat. They can be a little bit like this. Most of our hips like to be like this a little bit more, okay? So inhale, bringing your swords up. Your hands are your swords. Anything you need to cut away from your ego, we're going to cut it away now. So inhale, draw it in, whatever it is. Exhale, slice it away. Inhale. Maybe it's some sort of ancestral fear that you've inherited. Maybe not. And then just slice it away. It's not yours. Inhale again. Breathing in space. Exhale. Inhale, inviting in the abundance that you have, that you deserve. Exhale, slicing away. Inhaling in the present moment. Bring your hands down to your heart. Just take a moment, breathing in presence. Bringing your hands either behind you or interlacing and opening your heart, whatever feels sweet for you. Take your gaze up. Press into your roots. Inhale, exhale, release forward. May just be a little way, or maybe you want to come forward more. Just feel into what feels good for your body. Feeling that warmth that you've radiated. Beautiful. One more. And then inhale, sweep your hands up to the sky. Exhale, frame the front foot. Step back to plank pose. Just take a little moment in plank pose. Just tucking the tailbone and just pressing into the spine. So there's a little arch of the spine. And then dropping your knees, coming down onto your belly. Inhaling into your cobra, your sphinx. Noticing your body. And then pressing back, knees wide, coming into extended child's pose. Take a couple of breaths here. Just breathing in that space, feeling lighter. Breathing in the sunshine. And then curling up to all fours, drawing your knees into alignment to your hips. Tuck your toes, option to stay with cat-cow or to join me in downward facing dog. Take a couple more little pedals out of the feet here, just noticing. Hopefully your calves and your thighs feel more open. The power of yoga. Take an inhale in and clear it out through the mouth. And then we're going to step our feet through to the front of the mat. Bend the knees again. So bend the knees like you're sitting in a chair. And then sweep your hands up to the sky. Inhale. And then bring your hands to your heart. Come all the way up to standing. And we're going to come into a standing pose. We're going to come into eagle pose today. So you're going to bend, you may want to bend the left leg to get in, and you're going to bring the right leg and wrap it around. If it doesn't go round, you can just find a little tree, okay? So you just bring in that leg, see if it goes round. It might just go to here. Maybe you need to bend it to get it round, but wherever it is, just accept where you are. Bring your hands onto your hips, roll your shoulders down your back body. Option to stay here, strengthening the legs, or to bring your right arm around your left, okay? So coming into your eagle arms. And then you want your elbows kind of in alignment to the shoulders. Doesn't matter if you wobble and fall. And then see if you can bring your elbows forward slightly to create some space in the shoulder blades. And just find your breath here. So when we can let go of fear, we can really soar like an eagle and really find our true power and stop any fear from holding us back. And then option to release your arms here. Bring your arms by the side of the body. Bring the torso forward so you're an eagle. This is eagle pose, soaring in the sky. Take a breath. And then bring your hands together at your heart. You're going to unravel that top leg, send it back, coming into your high lunge. Take your hands up to the sky. Inhale, stretch up. Maybe take the hands slightly wider, really opening the heart. And then bringing your hands together, sliding that back foot, the toes across the mat, and bringing the legs together. Wow, feeling that in the legs, it's strong. This time we're going to start with the other leg. So bending the standing leg and bringing the leg around in some way. So it may just come round a little way. Often one leg goes in and the other one doesn't. So don't battle with the legs, come into tree legs. Soften the standing knee, bring your hands on your hips and just rest in, draw the shoulders back, find your breath. These standing balancing poses are so important for our brain. And then bring the left arm around, wrap the arm if you can, if not, just bring forearms to touch. So elbows in alignment with shoulders. See if you can bring the elbows forward to create some space in the shoulders. Find your breath. One more breath here. And then releasing the arms, keeping the legs where they are, palms facing forward, coming into your soaring eagle. Option to bring the torso forward. Take a breath. connecting to your strength, your soaring eagle flying in the sky. Anything is possible. And then releasing that top leg and then sending it back, coming into your high lunge. Inhale, taking your hands up to the sky, stretch up, look up, take the arms wider, opening your heart. And then inhale, stretching the arms up in alignment to the shoulders, releasing them down either side of the front foot, stepping back to plank pose, taking a little breath here. Option to come into side plank or option to drop the right knee and take a side plank as I am now, okay? With the knee dropping down, or option to take a full side plank, whatever feels sweet for your body. Just take a breath here, loading the bones. And drop the underneath knee if you need. And then coming back into your plank, take a breath, little tuck of the tailbone, and then change sides. So again, you can drop the left knee and do a variation that's here. If you're nursing a shoulder injury, as I am, I do recommend this. Take a breath. And then bringing your hands down. Knees come down onto the floor, coming all the way down onto your belly, coming into your last Sphinx or Cobra. Breathing in the energy, the sunshine. Exhale, releasing down, pressing back, coming into child's pose. Let's take the knees wide, find that space, bring your head down. And then let's come up and let's come onto our backs. And then bringing your knees in towards your belly. Just some little circles. And then we're just going to get our lymph going a little bit now. So we're going to take the legs up. So your legs are hip distance apart and they just kind of hang out here. And then at the same time, you're going to bring your arms up. So let your shoulders come off the floor and then let your shoulders go and come down. And just hang out here. So the knees can be slightly bent and just hang out here for a few breaths. And this is really good to stimulate our lymph and really get rid of any kind of excess fluid in the body and stimulate our immune system, which is good at this time of year. So just take a few little breaths here. Two more, just letting your body hang out here, feeling light and spacious. And then releasing down, we're going to take a few moments in our Shavasana. Allow your body to feel connected to the earth, to feel grounded. Feeling connected. Just letting your head, your shoulders, your spine go. Just a few moments to absorb your practice today. Got a little bit of fire going today to just really clear out anything that's holding you back. Now I'll share a little reading with you, connected to our theme of surrendering fear. Fear isn't always the enemy, friend, an indicator, a wake-up call. The more scared you are of calling, the more sure you can be that you have to do it. Use your fear instead of letting your fear use you. And I invite you to bring your hands onto your heart. And again, if there was something you wanted to release or an intention, just call that in now. And just want you to just repeat to yourself, I am safe. I am safe. I am safe. And starting to bring your awareness back to your breath. Maybe finding a little stretch. And then rolling, either just rolling over to your side, drawing your knees in, or rocking and rolling up to seated, whatever you feel. And we're just going to finish today with 3 sohams. And soham means I am that, I am connected. And it's really important if we're feeling anxious, if we're feeling fearful, to really feel that we are connected, to reach out, to talk to a friend. And then we realise we're not going mad, we all feel this. You can always reach out to me. So we're going to bring our right arm up to the sky. So our fingers are in Gyan Mudra, index finger is under the thumb. And we're going to chant So, and then hum, we move. Okay, really feeling that connection. So so last one. So bringing your hands together at your heart. Let's close out with a grounding Om. So grateful for this day, this hour, this minute, and this second. Namaste.